Hi, and thank you for joining me. So this is a very short practice, and this practice it's all about not to putting any effort into this practice, even if it's a shorter practice. Questions like where I am trying to put so much effort. Sometimes when we're practicing, we put so much effort into our bodies where it can actually increase in a more pressure, more tension in our body, in our joints, in our jaws, in the shoulders, in the pelvis. So we wanted to bring the awareness towards the breath, but also towards that effort. Why do we need to put so much effort? So I'd like it to be this practice very effortless. Therefore, we have a few props that we will be using. And this is something for you to feel like it's like a little taster for where your practice can go, where you need to balance your yang energy in the summer to more yin energy, which is more cooling, more softer, more calmer, more slower, more nurturing. So we wanted to bring those energies so we don't get not just overheated, but also over exerted. So we don't want to be here. We want it to be slightly into the balance. And the way we do it, we'll take it slow. We're using those slow practices to bring our body, our breath into the equilibrium. Okay, so I have cushion. That's actually meditation cushion, but you can use any cushion for your head. And I have a few props here, but if you do not have a bolster and all these little things as well as a bolster and eye pillow, please do not worry. Okay, so you can actually have anything at home which resemble this size, and it could be just your big pillow that you have under your head. That sometimes really works under the knees and under the ankles. So while I'm setting up, you can pause the video and grab those two things so you can have support under your knees and under your calves. And then I'll come back, okay? And you don't need anything apart from if it's really warm, just wear sort of as less clothes as possible. We're not going to stay for too long. We're just going to let our body to breathe out. And when we say breathe out, I mean really letting go of that heat, of that sweat, of that tension, and of the effort. So whenever you're ready. So first things first, this little bolster. I love this one. This is good for traveling as well. You can go under your calves. I'm going to go a little bit. Try not to put that pillow or bolster under your hamstring, but from the knees downwards. Now we're going to lie down, reposition the head. For those who know my teachings, I really I would put attention towards the back of the neck, stroke a little bit the back of the neck, pull a little bit of your hair if you can there, just gently, of course. And then you're releasing the head towards the cushion so you have length into the back of the neck. Now there is another adjustment where we lift slightly the hips, moving the sit bones away from the floor, releasing the sit bones and your lower back. And then the last one is your tailbone. And then you let the heaviness into the ground. Now arms. So it's quite hot. So we wanted to have arms. Now we're not going to stay with the arms like this, but you could, if you like to stretch out first, point the toes, lift the sit bones away from the mat, stretch out the arms, releasing back in, chin tucks towards the sternum, arms goes down. And now a little bit of the elbows away from the body. So we're not bringing the arms like this closer to the body that we feel the body. Because in that position, you will be holding. And then in holding, when we're holding so much in our bodies that we're creating a stress, you are putting effort, and we want it to be no effort at all. So elbows to the side, readjusting the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. And for those who need extra support for the lower back especially, you could either put a feet onto the mat, just like this, feet wide, knees to touch. Or you can have it even higher. Higher knees, more weight, it comes here into the your abdomen and into your hips, that it could be quite a lovely support for your lower back. But if you need to release the legs and your heels, I would keep the legs extended if your lower back feels supported here. And then your eye pillow. So there is a few places we could do. If you just wanted to have eyes, if you don't mind the light, you can just keep it like this and you put a eye pillow onto your abdomen. It gives you a little bit of the weight, just slightly below your navel, just across from one hip to the other. That's quite nice. Just a little bit of weight to ground our hips. Another place you can put is on the top of your forehead. Or you can go completely under on the top of your eyes. There's another thing you could do, a little bit of wetted the eye pillow, and so it's a bit cooler, or spray with just the cold water, and then you put on the top of the forehead. That's quite nice just to cool you down. So I'm just going to leave it on my tummy. Readjust the legs if you need to. If your hips are externally rotating, just to bring the toes more inwards towards each other and then let them go so they are sort of more straighter or pointing upwards. And then take a breath in. And then breath out. Now, this is very not familiar breathing when we're rising the belly and you wanted to hold or touch the hands into the belly. You could perhaps keep the eye pillow onto your forehead and then have your hands as the connection into the belly, because you really wanted to notice as the belly rises and the belly falls. So we're rising that belly so we can use the diaphragm, so we can activate the vagus nerves and then let go of that breath. Breathing in and then breathing out. And then we're breathing in and we bring the intention here. Where would we let go of that effort in this moment? Where do we notice that we put too much effort as we lying down, as we breathing? And where do we hold on to so tightly in our lives that we need to constantly have the effort there? A little inquire that perhaps it helps you to notice where you let go just a little bit more, maybe from 70% or 100% when we're actually holding, putting so much effort into something. Sometimes you can put lots of effort as well into a breathing, into deepening the breath and lengthening the breath, where we start putting lots of pressure onto the shoulders. So let go of the effort. Take a gentle breath in, and then let the navel drop towards the spine. As you gentle settling in, as you noticing that breath, as you following the breath, as you observing that breath, and as you let that breath to breathe you without any effort. So let go of your shoulders. Breathe out towards the hips. Soften the lower back. Notice your knees and ankles are supported. Notice as you're relaxing a little bit more through your shoulders. And notice that the breath has a natural flow without the effort, that you're breathing effortlessly. Now I'm going to bring the hands onto the eye pillow. Bring the knees bent. If that feels nice, bring the arms over your head. This is really lovely and is stretching just from side to side. Now, if you got more time and then you just wanted to start very gentle in a somatic way, just to moving the hips a little bit with ease, not lifting the heels or toes. And then you can do a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, if that feels really nice, just to lift the hips. Shake the legs, shake the legs. We like shaking, don't we? Yes, we like shaking. Shake your thighs. Now let's reach out towards the toes, stretching a little bit through the hamstring, lifting the head up. Breathe out and let go. Now I would suggest for you to roll towards the left. I have a war here. Left again is our feminine, is the yin, it's the cooling one, it's the soft one, it's the nurturing one. So go towards your left, even if it's away from the camera. Keep the knees bent, keep the elbows bent, keep the head onto the cushion. And then come seated. And I like sort of towards the wall because I can come towards the wall and sitting on this meditation cushion. The feet could drop slightly more. You can even have your here. This is nice and supportive. And breathe out, arrive. Roll your shoulders, lengthen the spine. See how that, notice. How is your breath? Breath can tell us quite a lot. Notice how the body, if the body just a tiny bit, soften a little bit, relax there. Notice that effortless as you arrive. Move the head from side to side. After all, we started like this, from head side to side. Loosen up the neck. Shake. Shake so there is not like really strong, tightening shake, but loosen up, even loosen your arms. And if you like more of this lying down, less or no effort at all, being 100% comfortable into a pose with the support of the props, focusing on down regulating nervous system, noticing that connection, the deeper connection to your body. Come to my restorative that is coming up on Friday, the 17th of July, 18:30 in a studio, Verve Wellness, and I can't wait to see you. Namaste.